Good morning, and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Nathan Handling.
And I'm Joshua Jones-Trammell.
Over the past week, votes for the RJHSD board have been polled and counted, putting 3 seats up for election. These 3 seats have since been filled by incumbent Julie Hirota, former City of Roseville program manager Heidi Hall, as well as retired police officer Pete Constant. Julie Hirota is the only returning board member whose seat was up for grabs. Hirota's campaign was based around 3 main priorities: getting students back in the classroom, getting athletics, arts, and clubs back in motion, and finally wellness of students and teachers. Heidi Hall is a former City of Roseville program manager. Hall had a similar campaign focused on safety, better funding, better learning environments, better hiring, reopening schools, and finally, equitable opportunities. Filling the 3rd open seat, Pete Constant is a former council member for the City of San Jose and a former police officer. Constant's campaign centered around 4 core ideas: students and families coming first, campus safety, fiscal responsibility, and safely reopening schools. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes from the new and returning board members.
And now we go to Kobe Estrada with sports.
I'm Kobe Estrada. Recently, senior Thomas Plaskett played in his first volleyball tournament back in Utah. We go to Jackson Hooker with more on the story.
Playing an organized volleyball tournament since last March, senior Thomas Plaskett and his competitive volleyball team traveled to Utah to play in a tournament for the first time since COVID hit.
It was nice. It had been so long since any of us had really played in anything other than an outdoor tournament or something like that. So finally being able to be back in a tournament setting where we can work as a team and play against people that we had never seen before, because we were the only team from California there. Everybody else was from Utah, Nevada, a few Arizona teams there, but other than that, it was completely Utah people. So it was weird seeing people that we hadn't seen before, but it was a nice refresher.
Despite not having a tournament for 8 months, Plaskett felt no setbacks in his personal game because him and his friends found ways to never stop playing.
Skill-wise, no, only because I never really stopped. I had a little bit of a break, but other than that, I had friends outside where we would set up our own nets at a park or something and just play grass volleyball, or there's a whole bunch of sand courts all over town. My indoor club has an outdoor program as well, so a lot of my team goes and plays in that.
On top of Plaskett and his friends finding outdoor courts to play at, him and some of his teammates have been doing training and weightlifting to increase their strength and verticals.
Few of my friends, we used to do weightlifting, and we do weightlifting. So that helped with a lot of us. Our verticals have gone up 3 to 4 inches in the past 3 months because of this kind of training that we've been doing. And having big guys on our team who are 6'5", 6'7" plus, and also have that size, and then the rest of us who are still just strong players who are out there being able to dive for balls and get back up because we had that training. And it was a big help when it came to serves. A lot of us were able to put a little bit more power into our serves, which led to more aces, which led to more points.
After being able to get back on the court, Plaskett's team looks to continue playing tournaments out of state in the upcoming months.
It was a relief being able to kind of see that come back, and we're planning to go out and play in St. George, Utah, which is more down towards Arizona, Nevada, and the beginning of December. So we're in.
And in other sports news, senior Ashlyn Ledbetter committed to the University of Laverne to continue her softball career earlier this week.
Contact with the coach for a little while. So after meeting him in a tournament in Utah a few weeks ago, I made it official there, and I just really liked the coach. Super sweet, super funny guy. And the team would just seem very welcoming and stuff like that. So
that's on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kobe. Just 4 months ago, Sony revealed the announcement trailer for their new PlayStation 5 game developed by Insomniac Games, Spider-Man Miles Morales. And just a month ago, they revealed a trailer depicting the gameplay. So far, the game looks stunning, a promising second to Insomniac's first Spider-Man game released 2 years ago in 2018. And if you've pre-ordered it, you'll be receiving an exclusive Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse suit as a thank you. The game is set for release next week on November 12th, the same date as the PS5, and will be available for PlayStations 4 and 5. In other entertainment news, next week is a big and exciting week for console gamers. Next week, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X will be released, along with some highly anticipated games that players have been waiting for all year, such as Assassin's Creed Valhalla and, of course, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Here's a quick preview of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I give you England. This land already has many rulers. From the cunning King Alfred of Wessex, to the warmongering sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. They have no wish to share the kingdoms they have made their own.
I do not fear these men, nor any others who would harm us.
Personally, having owned and played all of the games myself, this has been one of the most exciting releases for me all year. I think the return of the Hidden Blade was absolutely necessary, and the implementation of settlements in the game will really put it out on top and bring the franchise to another level. The game is set for release next week on November 10th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4, and of course PC. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Isabella. Senior Jared Law has cast a line for his hobby. We go to Tayson Hunt for more on the story.
Senior Jared Law spends his free time over his quarantined weekends fishing. He was motivated to get out and try it through a good friend of his.
I wanted to go fishing because one of my friends was really into it, and I thought it would be fun. So I went with him one time. I think I caught a couple fish my first time, so I got really hooked into it. And then I started going more and more, and I started inviting my friends, and then it just became like a normal thing we do now. It's really like helped get this quarantine like going faster, and I feel like I'm getting outdoors more, which is nice, especially in times like these.
Jared monitors the local areas looking for new ponds and lakes to try out.
So we normally like to go to like just local ponds around the area. I've kind of been scouting out some like other ponds, like bigger lakes, but as of now, kind of just go to places around Granite Bay, Lincoln, you know, occasionally Roseville.
Jared drifted away from catching regular bass and has moved on to catching catfish.
We started out bass fishing, but now we've started to catch more catfish, and it's really fun because they're a lot bigger and they're just more fun. I think last week we caught about a 15-pound catfish. It was really awesome.
Law is continuing to fish as many weekends as he can.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we are always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. We'll see you next time.